What if you buy a home and 2 weeks in, your air conditioning goes out? What next? Hey everyone, it's Nate Carver, your favorite mortgage guy, and this is Between Two Doors. We are talking to a home warranty guru, David Cox, out of North Texas. Quick backstory on David. He's been in the real estate industry since 2004, and he has earned multiple titles in the real estate, multiple awards through real estate, and has moved into the home warranty field and is thriving there. Loves Tex-Mex, iced tea, and Broadway musicals. We're going to have plenty to talk about, and we will soon find out. Hey, I'm Nate Carver, and welcome to Between Two Doors. David, how are you doing, sir?
I'm amazing. Happy Friday, Nate.
Happy Friday. Hey, tell me a little bit about your story. We talked about in your bio, kind of where you started and what got you into the home warranty. What was the driving factor there?
Absolutely. I started as a real estate agent and quickly became a realtor, working with buyers and sellers and doing a lot of coaching and mentoring to new agents, which was probably my favorite thing to do, was to grow the new agents and watch them succeed. And I was in it for 18 years. And during the 18 years on my transactions, I always used a home warranty. I saw the value in a home warranty. It's a big risk management tool for agents. And so I always believe that if you put a home warranty there for everyone, you're always going to have happy clients. 85% of Americans have a malfunction on their systems or their appliances in the first month that they buy a home. And most of them don't have $1,000 saved up after closing to put into that repair. So I believe in home warranties. And so after 18 years and all of the serving at the national and the state and the local levels, I decided, you know what, if I believe in home warranties, it's time to go ahead and go into that field. And so, as a realtor, I helped people every day. But in home warranty, I feel like I get to help more people every day. And so that's what I love about this job. It's people helping people.
You just answered my question there. I was like, what is it you most enjoy most about serving the community? And there you have it.
Absolutely.
So tell me on what is a home warranty? Let's assume we got a first-time home buyers listening in, maybe even seasoned home buyers, and they just don't know. Why would they? They got their own priorities in life. So what is a home warranty, and why should homeowners care?
Absolutely. So a home warranty covers major systems and appliances within your home that malfunction due to normal wear and use. And so everybody assumes when they buy a new home or a previously owned home, everything's going to work. You have your inspection, everything's on the seller's disclosure, but we all know things happen after you move in. And so, like I mentioned, the 85% of homeowners experience a malfunction on those major systems or appliances in the first 30 days. And so after closing, you've pretty much pinched all your pennies. And so you need to be asking your realtor, hey, can I get a home warranty? Who's the best home warranty? And shop those home warranties and make sure it's the coverage that's right for you. There's one of two ways that it can go. That AC stops in the middle of the night and it's blowing hot air. You're going to probably call your realtor, and the realtor is going to tell you that, I'm sorry, you're responsible for that. You bought it as is. Or your realtor is going to say, don't worry about it. Remember, we got you a home warranty. So call it in and go ahead and get some service providers out there to fix it. That's always a better scenario.
Oh, absolutely. And I can tell you from the lender side, I try to protect their income, their savings, their cash reserves, in getting them into the home. And sometimes it's really on the skin of their teeth, and they're celebrating that they got a home, and I'm like, please get a warranty, please get a warranty.
Absolutely.
Because I know they don't have any reserves to give up, and you
Right.
certainly don't want them to be in that position. So, as a home warranty, okay, tell me what's the difference between a home warranty and homeowner's insurance?
Right. So actually, I just had that happen to one of my clients. She works in Longview and also works here in the Denton area. And so her hot water heater's upstairs and it started leaking and malfunctioned on a Friday night. Of course, at 6:30 on a Friday night. That's when things always happen. Um, so we were able to go in and fix her water heater. However, the water heater did overflow from the pan and flowed down the stairs into the walls. They were able to turn the water off, but that caused a lot of secondary damage. And so the secondary damage would be handled by their insurance company, their homeowner's insurance. We handle the water heater, we'll come in and repair. And if we can't repair, we'll replace. And then the secondary damage would be the insurance company. So we kind of work in tandem together.
Right. Are there things that you see that are kind of typical, like on average, what would you say looking at any given selection of homes, you kind of know what's going to break or
Typically our biggest in Texas is going to be the HVAC system, the water heaters. During the winter, we have a lot of water heaters that we service. In the summer, which first day of summer today. So for the next 3 months, most of the claims are going to be HVAC. And again, they always happen on a Friday night when you're having a party or when you're having company over. Those are the most ones we see. Probably the biggest one I see after that would be ovens and stoves near Thanksgiving and Christmas. Of course, they always want to go out when it's the most inopportune time. But those are the most ones we see in Texas, I would say, in these areas.
okay. How do current warranties on appliances and a home warranty, do they conflict or or do they not have any conflict there at all? Let's say you buy a home and it's got a brand new hot water heater that's got a warranty, presumably, um, or kitchen appliances, any of that?
Right. So if it has a manufacturer's warranty, we're going to ask you to go to your manufacturer first
Okay.
to get that. But there are levels of our plans because we have a silver, a gold, and a platinum because we know that it's not a one size fits all. And so we have
Right.
different plans built in there, and you can get a plan that has coverage for stuff that's already under a manufacturer's warranty. So you can get that extra coverage.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So a home that's been built and maybe it's only a year old is going to have different dynamics or it's going to have a different nature than a home was built that's craftsman home, for example.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
What's really cool, Nate, is we offer the 1 or the 2 year home warranty for a residential, but also for new construction. And so a lot of realtors are selling new construction and they don't really get the value of getting a home warranty because they've already got a home warranty. So most builders are going to put a 1, 2, 10. And so that one is that covers your systems and appliances for the first year.
Yeah.
And then, you can get a new construction home warranty for us, and we can start at year 2 through 5. And that way, when theirs goes up, you have 4 years on your systems appliances covered by us. And so it's a real smooth transition.
Right. I was going to ask the terms. How long do the warranties are you do you offer or are on the market available to homeowners? You just
Right.
touched on the 1 to 2, so
We'll do a 1 year. We'll also do a 2 year home warranty if you want. So a lot of people are worried about renewals. If I use my
yeah.
home warranty in the first year, is it going to go up the second year? Probably so. I mean, it's a lot like insurance, and I'm fully transparent. So, if the renewal is something you're concerned about, take the discount and get the 2 year plan. That way you don't have to renew for 2 years. And then on the constructions, it's of course 4 years.
Right. Okay, great. So first time home buyers, new homeowners, they're excited to get the keys, and I know there's a little bit of stress somewhere in the back of their minds. How does having a home warranty help reduce or mitigate their stress, the things that they're telling you about at closing?
Right. Um, our motto is we are people helping people. And then what it is we are there for budget protection and peace of mind. And so we're going to make sure that those systems and appliances are up and running, and we're going to make sure that you have peace of mind. The last thing you need after you have spent a week moving in and getting everything going is for your dishwasher to stop and flood all over that wood in your kitchen. And so we're going to make sure you've got that warranty, you've got that declaration sheet, And I always tell the realtor, call them and remind them they have a warranty. I just had a situation today that I had to take care of. They spent $350 because they forgot they had a home warranty. We would
Oh,
have covered that minus the trade call fee, and they had a trade call fee from me, so they would have been out zero had they remembered they had a home warranty.
nice. That's awesome. Hey, tell me, let's talk about some myths about home warranties. Are you seeing anything or some misunderstandings about home warranties?
I think there is. During COVID, I think all home warranties took the major hit. We're back now, but we did take a big hit in COVID, and two things happened. It was the perfect storm, Nate. Number one, everybody was home, so they were using their appliances more, which means they were
Yeah.
breaking down more. Number two, nobody was working, so nobody was out for technicians. Nobody had parts. Nobody were making parts, and so the big warranty companies took a real big hit because nobody could get service. It was taking, a month to get a part for an AC in the middle of the summer. And so the big myth is that we don't pay claims. And I've got to tell you, it was over 500 million in claims that home warranties paid just last year. Just last year, if you
Wow.
combine all the companies. So they do pay. I think one of the myths is that, oh, call your claim in. They're finding every reason not to approve it. We're finding every reason to approve it because we don't want to sell you a home warranty and then deny your claim. That's the last thing we want to do.
Wow. Wow. Tell me when, in the buying process timeline of a home, when is it best to introduce the home warranty or get the home warranty? Is it something the realtor needs to introduce, or do you like to see the lender introduce that to the buyer, future homeowners, or is it after closing is too late? What's the
Right.
ideal? What's ideal?
I mean, the perfect scenario, absolutely. Lender can work with the lender, work with the title, work with the realtor. I can order it. I can have my home office order it. You can set up a toolbox and order it. Perfect scenario is when you list a home, contact me for $75. Let me put listing coverage on there. That way you've got a home warranty on your listing product. And then we stick a buyer's product on there. So when it closes and nothing's due till closing, it transfers over into the buyer's warranty. You get to market that property as already having a home warranty. And of course, I've got the riders and everything you need to class that up. That is the perfect scenario to get that seller's coverage so that it automatically, but that doesn't always happen. Some sellers think they're okay without it and they get the buyers, but you always have 30 days after a closing to be able to get your coverage with no interruption in coverage.
Oh, okay. Cool. So how do you, so once a homeowner has their home warranty lined up, is there a, is that a long-term relationship with you? Or like in the lending world, I stay in touch with those clients for life. The loan may get sold to a servicer. I'm just curious in the home
Right.
warranty world, what sets you apart and how do you take care of those customers or clients?
Got you. So
Okay.
in the home warranty world, my client is the realtor. And so the realtor, I am taking care of the realtor and taking care of their buyers and their sellers. And so I will absolutely talk to sellers and talk to buyers all day long about which plan is best for them. After they become a plan holder, um, I don't necessarily have contact with them because it's the realtor's client. The only reason I would have contact with a buyer afterwards if maybe they called me on accident because they
Yeah.
you call in their claim or do their claim online. The reason I say that is I'm in sales. I am not in the service department. I can expedite a claim if I need to. I can help work a claim if for some reason the realtor or the home owner doesn't think it's going well. But for the most part, 99.9% of my claims I don't even know about because our service department handles them so well. And so typically after a plan is purchased, I don't usually talk to the client after that, but I will talk to my realtor client.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. What should a new homeowner do in the first 30 days of moving in?
The first 30 days, I don't know what they should do. I would say the first thing they need to do is make sure they get an inspection. So get the
Yeah.
inspection before that. Um, Our rule of thumb is that everything has to work on the day of closing.
Hmm.
And so, I do understand that things stop working that night or they do stop working the next morning. And so sometimes we might have a claim in the same day. They may close at 8 o'clock in the morning. They've tested everything, they've walked it through, everything worked, and now boom, they're moving stuff in and the AC stops. So, we're not going to deny that claim. We're going to do everything we can to try to make that claim. But during the first 30 days is typically the iffy period, that pre-existing type of stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but that's what the technicians do best, and we're really really good at paying our claims. I think we paid just a little over 138 million last year in claims, and so we had a lot of happy plan. And it was 90, I think it was 93%, and that sounds a little bit low, but some of the claims that we get in are like, I have a cracked window. Well, we don't
Hmm.
cover windows, or the roof, we need to replace the roof. Well, we don't replace roofs, so a lot of those claims that got denied were things that aren't even in our plans. So
Right. Let me ask you this: is the home warranty for you? Are you restricted or limited to a region, a state, counties? Or are you able to work outside of Texas, or how? What's your service area?
right. So we've got about, I'd say 75 reps all over the country. There are some states that we don't work. I don't know the geographic without looking at it. Some
Mhm.
states we don't work, but most of them we do. And so in Texas, we have 11 or 10, I want to say. And so the way that we assign an account executive like myself to an office is by zip code. And so
Okay.
I have Dallas, Collin County, uh, Hunt County, Rockwall County, Fannin County, Grayson County, and part of Denton County. And so if your offices are in those areas, I'm your guy. I'm your rep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And even if I get a call from somebody who's not my realtor, I'm going to go ahead and put the order in, and then I'm going to send them over to that account executive and let them know, hey, they ordered something. You need to call and follow up with them. But I'm just going to put the order in anyway.
wow. And two of those counties are in the top 10 fastest growing counties in the country.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of
and
area.
there's a
It
third
is a
that's
lot of
not far
area.
behind. So,
And each
yeah,
area is different, you know?
yeah, that's fantastic. All right, I'm gonna shift gears because we teased it a little bit on the front end. Um, I've got my cheat notes say that you have a connection to Mr. Peppermint,
Yes.
and so I want to hear this story. So let's start there, and then I'm gonna jump into musicals, and then I'm gonna find out some stuff on food. So,
Yes. Well, his first name was Jerry. He was a good friend of the family. So my uncle started out in Chicago. Bill Cox. He started out in Chicago with a news station, and he was in charge of programming. He actually discovered Oprah Winfrey, Chicago, back then. Um,
wow,
and so he moved back to Dallas and became the program coordinator for ABC, Channel 8, there
uh-huh.
in Dallas. And so it was really, really cool because my family got to choose movie week. If you remember back then, during the afternoons, it was like Elvis week. They'd show Elvis movies or it was Doris Day week, or it was Rock Hudson week. So we would call and tell them, hey, we want Elvis week this week. And
Hmm.
Gary, being a really good friend of the family with the Mr. Peppermint show, my uncle got me and my sister on there 2 or 3 times to star on that. He was over at Thanksgiving and everything, and so he was just like one of the family to us. So we didn't look at
Wow.
him with big starry eyes or thinking him. It was like, oh, here's Uncle Jerry. Late great Uncle Jerry. He's soon passed, but yeah, that was a great experience.
Wow. My twin sister and I we watched Mr. Peppermint all the time as kids.
Right.
So yeah, that's
Some of
awesome.
the kids, you say Mr. Pepper, and they're like, what? And I'm
I
like,
know, right?
I
Yeah,
got you. It's a
well,
millennial.
no kidding. So we've dated ourselves for sure.
Yeah, it's all
Uh
good.
it is true. All right, so favorite musical.
Oh gosh, probably favorite musical of all time would be Les Miserables.
Nice. Where have you seen it?
I have not seen it live, so I have seen the movie and I've
Uh-huh.
seen way productions on YouTube.
Sure.
I would love to star in that. I was an actor in school, and so I was like the lead of this and the lead of that, and oh,
Right.
that's a dream to be on Broadway and be able to sing that. That would be incredible.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to brag a little bit. My best friend is from England. And one summer he's like, hey, come to England with me. We're going to stay at my uncle's house for free. So no room and board. We bought a trail. We were in college, so we were broke. And we went and stayed for a couple of weeks and went down to, I think it was the Soho area of London. And they had Les Mis, they had Oliver, they had Phantom of the Opera, and we went and saw bunch of movies, a bunch of musicals productions, and like on the college dime, it was free. Well, it wasn't free;
Wow.
it was cheap for college students. They
Right.
had some discounts, and yeah, totally just fantastic. Fantastic productions. So anyway, love the musicals. I've never been up to New York. I'd like to go someday and see some of the stuff there. Of course, we got stuff here in the Dallas
Oh.
and locally in Sherman at the local
That's true, but let me tell you, there's
yeah.
nothing like being on Manhattan Island. That was my graduation present, and so I was
Yeah.
able to see La Cage aux Folles, Real Thing, Noises Off. Just I got to go to the David Letterman. I mean, it was Eat at
Oh
the
wow.
Room. It is gorgeous. And now my partner went there with me several years ago and hated it. It's cold, it's snowing. I'm like, we're in the middle of Rockefeller Center and it's snowing. Do you not see the beauty? But
Right.
New York City has a vibe like no, nothing else.
Right. That's on my list. I have got to get to New York City.
Oh yeah. You will
Yeah.
not regret it.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. All right, locally favorite Tex-Mex.
Wow, probably here local would be Kent's Tex-Mex. It's been here for a long time in Denison, Texas, and I just moved up to Greater Texoma area 2 years, a little over 2 years ago. So I'm loving it. I have not eaten at a chain restaurant in over 2 years.
Good for you.
Yes, I love it.
I refuse to go to chain restaurants. If we're going out to eat, we're going somewhere local, or not
Yes,
necessarily local, but we're going somewhere unique, right?
absolutely.
Uh, good, good. That more of that. I mean, you can go to McDonald's everywhere, and I know people that do.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So it'll do it a pinch, but I'm not. Whatever, whatever. To each their own, I guess. All right. So, is there anything I should have asked you that I didn't ask? What's next for you?
What's next for me? Just doing more warranties. I'm just a little over 2 years in this field, and so I am still learning every day how to work with all the claims and how to work with just different offices and different personalities. And so um, I like it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be retiring from Old Republic Home Protection, and a lot of people are like, "Do you miss real estate?" I'm in real estate.
Right.
Like I'm in real estate offices every day doing events and teaching and educating. And so no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay. Um, yeah, that's it. I mean, I people that know me know that I don't travel anymore because I have four Chihuahuas. I did have three, but the partner found a senior dog in the middle of the road. So what are you gonna do? He lives with us now. And so now I've got four Chihuahuas, and they're my why.
Good for you. So how could listeners best contact you or find you?
Very, very easy. They can just hit David C at orhp.com. They can dial me at 972-814-1843, or they can just slide into my DMs on Facebook or Instagram, any social media. I'm there. I'm very active. It takes about 5 seconds to get a hold of me unless I'm out of town, which you well know. It was a little hard for us to get in touch.
Yeah.
I am the one that answers my phone, and we'll take your questions.
Awesome. David, thank you for meeting with me. We are almost out of time. There you have it, folks. There are about 46 people and agencies that are helping you get a home. A home warranty with David Cox is one of those. Reach out to him. Um, and he will help you with the home warranty piece of that. And of course, if you're looking for lending or refinance or purchasing help with the mortgage, or getting a clear mortgage plan built for yourself, please reach out to me, Nate Carver, natecarver.com. And I will see y'all on the next podcast. This is Nate with Between Two Doors. Thank you very much.